Today on this SHOKY Transformers review, we're going to take a look at something new from Hasbro. If you guys don't know, I've been kind of going off the deep end on Transformers a little bit more lately. It happens, but we do have something new and cool. Siege Line, War for Cybertron stuff, and this is going to be Sideswipe. So let's get to it. So guys, first and foremost with the packaging, take a look at this. Very interesting new rhombus shaped packaging, but they spent some money here. Like the last thing with Power of the Primes and stuff, they were okay, but this is like in depth. You've got like particle effects all over here. You got big Transformers logo, Takara Tomy, which is probably part of the reason why these are getting better. Generations, you got this really cool faction kind of logo going on back there. I'm not entirely certain what it is, but it looks like a sword, honestly. And you got the hexagons back there. And this is, of course, where good old Sideswipe will be hanging out. And you got Transformers Siege War for Cybertron trilogy. So we're going to have a trilogy again, as you do. And I've expressed my concerns about them making sure they lock down trilogies. And it's kind of silly. But you got Hasbro, ages 8+. Hey, I'm right in the middle of that. Hey, there's a light. Hey, okay. On the side, you got some incredible artwork of Sideswipe running at you like, yeah, I'm going to get him. Like I said, particle effects here, and you got Deluxe Class, Clase Deluxe, Clase de Lujo, Clase Deluxe. Yay. Actually, it's Clase. Clase! Anyways. Come over to the side, and you get some really cool artwork with everybody, probably who's going to be in the line. So we got Optimus up here. Not entirely certain who that is off the bat. I know I saw it in the things. You got Sideswipe here. You've got Red Alert, I'm guessing there, along with Hound. You've got Prime, you've got Megatron, you've got a Starscream, and basically they show off all the figures that are in this particular line, but I love the fact they've got the arc taking off right there. And one thing you guys might recall, if it has come out before this, when I talked to my buddy Dalton about this and the future of this potential line, it would be amazing to get an arc that is made of a transforming Omega Supreme. That would be so awesome. But come to the back, and you've got all the new stuff back here. WFCS7. Yes. I like the kind of smudgy, like damaged Autobot logo. By the way, you got one up here too. I really dig that. And you got him here in the bot mode. You got him here with a Battlemaster. I'm not too keen on the Battlemasters, if I'm honest. Some of the Micromasters, I'm going to get. But Battlemasters, I think they're silly. Though I do like the fact you get these cool effects. So you got this like splooshy thing here. You got a couple twin fire things there. And then you got him in car mode, transforms in 16 steps. Yay for that. I like that. But guys, that's it for the silly packaging. So let's go ahead and check out Sideswipe. Now guys, before we get too far into it, we have instructions, which very nice looking book here. Here's a better look at that emblem that definitely looks like a sword of some sort. I don't know all the things. I don't care, honestly. But very nice black and white photos and actually fairly clear instructions. Now, I will say I have seen a couple reviews of this before I bought it, which is why I bought it. But I did try to transform it without looking at the instructions first, just to see if I could. Spoilers. There was a couple spots I had trouble with, but actually it was not that difficult. The next one we're going to look at another day here is a little bit different here, but I like this here. So the RR Gyro Fuse Axle Switch Hyper Blaster. Right. That's the thing. They do have absolutely ridiculous names for the weapons, but that's it for instructions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Carboy. And this is Sideswipe in his Space Lamborghini mode. And he's definitely a version of a Space Lamborghini. I dig this mold. There's also something that's actually very cool about this. Paint. Guys, there's paint on this. Like real paint. Like all of this red is all painted. All of that black is all painted. There's paint underneath that translucent. And of course on top of that translucent as well. Come up here, and this is just molded plastic, but it looks good. The Tampographed Autobot logo, which is slightly off-center due to this post, which I don't know what the post is there about. You know, that's nice. You've got silver painted headlights. You look under there, and you've got some more paint. And one thing you definitely have is mostly hidden robot. You have some slightly visible arm syndrome there, but almost nothing else. And one thing you do see here is a whole bunch of not so great dry brushing. Because the whole thing with the Siege line is Hasbro wanting to actually put some effort into things. So you have, being that this is the underside of the car, I'm guessing they were going to say that, hey, maybe it scrapes a little bit as it goes down the road. Though you can see here with the swirliness and non-directional nature of a lot of it, they may have, quote-unquote, missed the mark. Bless you! But that is remedied fairly well. I'll probably be cleaning this off and dry brushing it myself at a future date. You can see I just kind of finagled things there. But you do get nicely painted silver wheels, actually some nice looking wheels. And considering the crap that we got with Combiner Wars and stuff like that, with the translucent wheels that just looked like crap, this is a major improvement. Then you come to the back and you have what is clearly ripped off from an actual Lamborghini. There's some modern Lamborghinis that look exactly like this, even with the shape of the taillights. So, like I said, Space Lamborghini. I'll fix that just a little bit there, but as a car mode, it's actually very good. The only thing that kind of is weird and breaks things up is this area right here. I feel like that should be painted red. I know that's the actual transformation joint for where the arms come out and stuff like that, but that should be red. You can see here how that translucent part there has some red paint on it. It would be nice if it continued over. So maybe in the future they'll do something like that. And maybe in the future we'll definitely be getting a Sunstreaker with probably a very similar mold with some extra bits on here. Because you can see that there's clearly some giant holes right there that could easily be filled with some spoiler bits for other people. I have a feeling they could even use this as a new version of a hot rod, because what we need is more hot rods. But as vehicle modes go, he's really good. He does roll. It's a little resistant. This front wheel doesn't roll super well. It drags a little bit, but other than that, it's actually pretty good. I do dig it. And for a quick comparison in car mode, there he is with the G1 hot rod reissue. So you can see that for a new deluxe, he is kind of smallish. I mean, that's roughly the same size car. So, I mean, that's that, easily. And for a couple more comparisons, here it is next to a previous Combiner Wars Deluxe with Jazz, which is hard to see with no background. We can see that he is actually pretty big. I mean, this is an awkward car to begin with, but, you know, he's a good inch longer, probably. And just a semi-relevant thing, there it is next to an MP of Silver Streak, or just Streak, either way. And as shown off in a completely different review, you can totally stick them in with an MP trailer if you've got one. And if you want to, you can use his weapons in car mode. Just plug it into the roof. Just remember that you are plugging it into a translucent piece. But I think that looks really crappy, so I don't like that. And the other thing that sucks is there's no weapon storage, though you do have lots of ports down here for when he's in bot mode. So let's get that out of here real quick, and we will transform this guy. Let's go ahead and raise up just a little bit. Transformation is actually fairly simple, but very cool, and they have introduced some new engineering, which might be why the cost has gone up. So basically, you want to come under here, and you can see it's already started to transform himself. So on this particular arm, he's a little bit wonky. So you want to grab these side panels, flip them out. You just tab in right there. And grab the arm like so, fold it out, kick it up, and you'll feel it pop into place. Like so. You want to leave these tabs out for now. Come down here, grab this panel, tabs in very well, like right there by that hinge. Same thing on the other side. And yes, they are scary tight, so just be careful. Pull, but don't pull too hard. You basically want to crack them like an egg a little bit, tilt this back, and then go ahead and flip these out. Anybody who has old school side swipes knows this transformation. This is almost identical to the old school ones. Now, one thing you'll see here is a bit of an automorph feature. This little chunk here, when you pull the knees back, watch those tuck away, straighten up the knees, and now you have some room. Go ahead and grab them by the hips and rotate facing forward. that push the toes out. Flip these things down and go ahead and split the legs. They are tabbed together. You can see it right back in there. You do not pull them apart. You untab them this way, or else you will snap that huge red tab there. Go ahead and straighten out the legs just a little bit there. And close up your shin covers like so. Now you want to come up here, close these inward, grab right here, lift up all the way, and you can see the back of the head. Raise the camera just a little. Go ahead and crack it like an egg once again. Kind of tilt the head back just a hair and flip this down. You'll see this gap here. There's a tab on the back side, though that really doesn't tab in, honestly. I mean, it does and it doesn't, so it's kind of a loose, kind of a snug fit at the same time. It's weird. Some days it's like super loose, some days it wants to be good. And then turn the head. Flip out your hands, which do not go away completely, which is very interesting. If they didn't put the forearm hole there, like that, I guarantee the hands would fold away all the way. And there we go. There's our little swiper. Side swiper, no swiping. Yeah, I went there. In bot mode. Now, in bot mode, you definitely change up the color scheme a little bit. You do see a lot more of his white, which is, as previously described about a certain third-party transformer, crack rock white, not pure white at all. It does have the silver torso here, which is nice. I like how they hid that as part of the crotch part here. All the details are still here. You know, I'm still... Yeah, that's molded in red, but it does look like it might be painted on top of the plastic. Maybe Hasbro actually did paint this. Kind of hard to tell. Yeah, I mean, it's flat. It doesn't look like the rest of the plastic. So they may have actually painted the whole thing. The arms, I wish they could sit up just a little bit higher, but it is what it is. For articulation, you have a head that is on a ball joint. Yeah, it's at the ball joint. And it swivels at the base so you can get neck movement there. Though then again, maybe it's just a rotation joint at the top of the head. Yeah, so it just rotates here and then it pivots there. Kind of hard to tell. Either way, that face sculpt is very well done, very G1. Painted eyes, painted face. Looks nice, very blank look, but hey, it's definitely Sideswipe. The shoulders rotate there, flip out there, and if you want to reverse butterfly a little bit, you kind of have a little movement. Not much. It does peg up against the wheel, so just be careful. You don't want to ruin that. Bicep swivel. That is actually very, very tight. I don't really like the feel of this plastic. Honestly, this feels like that cheapo plastic that they use sometimes. You probably see some light through this, honestly, if you try hard enough. He does have pegs on all the things for weapons and battle masters, and a particular other deluxe that does break down into like battle armor. I may or may not pick that one up. I don't know. But you do have his weapons real quick that do plug in to things such as that hole, that hole, that hole, or if one uses the large tab here, that hole. Except now you have a peg stuck behind the back of his head. I do wish it was a normal plug there, but I guess you can put it on the opposite side. I always forget which way he prefers it. So that's pretty good, and also keeps the pegs out of the way. Sometimes they don't consider these things when they design it. Coming down to the base, you don't have waist rotation here, but you have the rotation joint for the hips, so you can get a decent rotation like so. T-mounted hips gives you the full Jean-Claude. Perfect. Can kick forward. Can kick all the way back for the full Monty, as Bobby Skullface would say. You do get a single jointed knee that, now that the back part is out of the way, gives you almost a perfect 90, which is great. You do have rotation at the thighs, although it is a little tight. Just be careful. The ankles don't tip forward, but you can get side to side. That's good. I will say one thing about this now. He comes in bot mode in package, and when you're first transforming him, you know, first of all, this is deceiving right here. This makes you think that that's connected to that pin there, when in fact it's over here. When you're transforming the feet to go back to car mode, it is the most unnerving thing, because it's hinged right here. Look how much it flexes before it decides to go. That is scary. It's the tab that holds it in place is a little tight. So it will be very tight when you first get it out of the package. Just be careful when you're breaking it loose that you don't do any damage by any means. Now, one thing you can do is remove the small red gun, and he can use that. And then he has a shoulder cannon, which is always a good thing. Everybody loves a good shoulder cannon, right? Right. But like I said, with the rotation, with the heel or the ankle tilt, you can get some decent posing out of him. So it's a very nice figure for sure. So for comparison, there's our G1 Hot Rod again. Who's clearly much taller. And there he is with Combiner Wars Jazz, and you can see that he is definitely, even though his knees are bent, he's still shorter than Jazz. So yeah, the Deluxes have gotten a little bit smaller. Not ridiculously smaller, but still pretty small. And then next to a DX9 Legend. So he's pretty tiny, if we're honest. And finally, here's Wally. So Wally, this is Sideswipe. He can be your new friend. He's an Autobot. Plus, he's a really cool car. Yeah. But that's going to be it, guys. Let me know what you think about this new Siege line. Is it worth the extra money? A $20 deluxe, but you are getting paint. You're getting good engineering. You get mostly good feeling materials. And while the scale has gone down just a little bit, they're trying, which is something that we haven't been able to say about Hasbro in a while. So it is what it is. And I will be getting, not all of them, but the ones that I'm definitely liking. I already have Hound, so that'll be coming up next. I'm on the fence about Cog, so we'll see about that one. I do have a couple set of Micromasters that I'm definitely going to get, because I had some of those when I was a kid, and I would love to have the new modern versions, which are awesome. But once again, the cost is higher than you would think. And definitely Optimus and Megatron down the line, because, well, you gotta, right? Guys, let me know what you're more interested in when it comes to this line, because there's more Decepticons and other things coming in the future, which would be pretty cool. Guys, if you like this video, go ahead and give me a big ol' thumbs up. If you are new here, hit that subscribe-ish button right down there. And if you want to help support the channel a little bit, go ahead and check out the SHOKY Patreon right here on the screen. For as little as $1 a month, you can totally make sure this channel keeps moving forward. If you don't want to do a monthly deal, you can totally get a SHOKY shirt, a few of them here on the screen. Of course, in the link just down below in the description, you can go buy all the things and to see anything else along the ways. And for those wondering, I picked this up at my local Target. They just happened to just put them out on the shelf, so they had all the things. I just cherry-picked. It is what it is. You can definitely order them at a lot of the online retailers now. They're definitely all up for pre-order. And sadly, I missed the Hasbro Toy Shop discount for all the things. Unboxing Art tried to hook me up, but I was at work at the time, could not buy anything, missed the pre-sale. That sucked, because they were selling them for half the price, which is why everybody bought them when they did. But guys, I'll catch you on the next review, and remember, as always, to keep on nerding.